We are back, everyone, on Suffocation Pit 2. Now with Night Owl's side of the Blight, we see Urushi on the Blight looking for his first survivor, and he's gonna call out Bucky behind the edge map tile. What a find there. And that's gonna be his first chase, starting lightning fast here at the Ormond tile. This tile is not safe. He's gonna choose to go for the rush. Bounces once, bounces again, goes off the edge map rock. Barely misses that rush there, and he's just gonna have to break the pallet there. Nice pallet play from Bucky, and this first chase is gonna be so important, Egder.
Already lasting far longer than the, already lasting longer from the chase on the Sinner's side, so already you can consider that almost a little bit of a failure there. Yeah, pretty unsafe tile there, as you're saying. Ormond tile, not exactly the greatest palette in the game, but only worked well with Bucky anyway. At the end of the day, you are against the Blight, and now Bucky is going to be referred to in the past tense, being put on a hook now. Something that I kind of want to question is this first generator already completed. Discordance versus Dying Light. What's the idea of the Dying Light here? Obviously, it's a little bit more passive slowdown, but do you think that that's more beneficial than the consistent information of the Discordance?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. As we see Urushi getting rid of this pallet near main, he's going to look back towards the now as he breaks the wall. But I think some of these Blight perks just come down to pure personal preference, as so many of the strongest perks are just flat out banned, that you kind of get diminishing returns here if you try to like theory craft the 1% advantage between the perks. I think it just comes down to some people like that like 4 to 6% slowdown, and some people really like to know which gens are being doubled.
Yeah, and oftentimes it can, and oftentimes that 4% can be enough. Bucky is able to make it to this pallet, so the tunnel isn't going to be as easy as initially assumed here, but this is a Blight, and oh, nice actually, yeah, nice bait there. Bucky actually going to be backing away from that pallet at the last moment, forcing the pallet break instead of the hit coming through if Bucky were to vault that. So obviously, these players have experience, they have the wherewithal about playing against these top level Blights, and Bucky, a little bit of BM there, just going to be dropping the pallet on his head, saying, you know what, I do not respect your Blight play right now, I do not respect your play. And yeah, once again, just showing Urushi who's boss right now, taking a little too long. Urushi has to back the hell out because he knows the win condition, knows that, you know, these survivors cannot be allowed to complete all of these generators. And if you're on Bucky just a little bit too long, that's going to be a hell of a problem.
Yeah, and holy cow, Sinners are doing really well right now. Such good chases from Bucky so far. Only one hook to Urushi's name, and I mean, they've got him dry kicking gens. This is trouble for Night Owls.
Yeah, and these players just, they're just understanding. Obviously, Blight incredibly good in chase, but they're getting it now. Urushi getting a little bit sloppy, taking some of these swings that maybe shouldn't have been before, not quite hitting, not quite getting the hugs that you really need to here. This has been about 20 seconds wasted on this pallet, and Urushi is still swinging at the voices in his head. And I'm going to spoil something for you. They aren't real. They don't even exist. So the hit just isn't coming through when you need it right now. And yeah, finally there. Savo's going to get the injured, but he's going to have this building to play around here. Relatively safe. See if there's a pallet over here that can be played with. And once again, Killer's gone away. Gustavo once again just being left to their own devices while Urushi has to go and pressure out these generators. But what did they put in the Survivor cereal this morning? What's happening?
I don't know, there must be something in the water in the South America region because these survivors are absolute demons in chase right now. Gustavo wasted so much time at that unsafe pallet, and now we got Vinny here, and he gets the drop on the pallet gem onto Urushi's head. So many pallet stuns have come in this game. Sinners are on fire on Survivor right now.
And Dying Light ain't going to do a damn thing if you're not hooking the survivors. And right now, Urushi has really struggled. It's as we've said, that if you want to think about advantages and disadvantages, it seems like a perk that can really help you snowball here. But, you know, the ability to actually get those hooks in the first place is important. And right now, I wouldn't even consider this massively misplaying from Urushi. I just think that the survivors of Sinners are absolutely on point right now. So definitely out for blood in this one. Vinny is eventually going to be forced corner map, going to be doing a little bit of a tactical crouching at the end, getting those squats in. I see you. But,
yeah, and I want to note that Vinny at that Ormond tile, playing that without a pellet, he wasted so much time there just by calling out that Urushi was going to try to hug check, and he's able to go corner, which wastes another, 30 seconds for the killer. So really good play there from Vinny.
Yeah, so finally is going to be getting some slowdown, and I'm actually Obviously, I might just curse this and every single generator will pop, but I am surprised that only 2 gens have been done. Obviously, you can hear them all in the distance. That's a very quick heal onto Vinny. I believe that was botany knowledge coming out from Jason to actually get that heal off in time. So Vinny, if you wanted to get anyone out of the game, not a very viable target, but it is far too late to think about just tunneling someone out of the game right now. This is something that you want to be doing the moment the game starts, and another missed hit. Jason just pre-running the tile incredibly well here, and yeah, using these singular rushes means that you're not really getting value out of your add-ons either. And yeah, that's another one. And it's really difficult. Urushi had a really rough early game, and then you can tell right now is just desperate to get something online, to get some hits, some kills. That's another dodge that's going to be coming through. And I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's all over but the crying. Game not technically lost yet here for the Night Owls, but with that generator done, Urushi, how do you feel about hooking everyone with 1 generator remaining, mate?
Yeah, I mean, the Tycon has been met for Sinners, and Jason continuing to have an incredible chase here. Just the amount of times that he just held W through that pallet and made the killer miss was just a little bit embarrassing, as Jason finally gonna go down. He's going to get hooked, but as you said, this is all but over. Sinners need to just do one more gen, nobody's death hook, everybody's alive.
I mean, are you a believer? And Jason had deliverance as well. This is like a never-ending story of pain right now, but it's not the killer inflicting it, it's the killer receiving it. Jesus Christ, power roll or something like that. And yeah, doubling up on the gen right now. Vinny is going to be the one just getting hunted down here by this Blight. But yeah, approaching this gen. Survivors can't actually stick it, so a little bit of time is being bought here. And yeah, Bucky kind of stuck around to see if that cheeky end could get it. But yeah, all Survivors really now have to do is just kind of pogo back and forth from this generator. They don't even have to do that. Jason's on the other side of the map, Vinny as well. They can go work on gen in the other corner. There's no discordance from the side of Urushi, so it's not really going to know when that happens. And yeah, you don't exactly have a 3-gen here either. So this is going from bad to worse for Urushi right now. Inja has come through onto Vinny, but yeah.
Sinners need to make sure that they don't screw up here. There is definitely room to mess up in a situation like this where you think you're really far ahead. Because remember, you got to be on that generator for 5 seconds to stop the regression. So they need to not give free hits here. They have given a couple of free hits in the last couple of minutes, and here's going to be another one onto Bucky.
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah, well, never mind the free hits.
Yep. Last gen is going to pop, and Sinners are going to take the Blight set in a absolutely dominant fashion, I might add.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous there. I mean, we can kind of figure out what went wrong. It was just an incredibly rough early game, and Urushi could never really recover from that. Most of the credit, honestly, here, I will be giving to the Survivors. These chases were absolutely on point. It wasn't even anything particularly special about, you know, their plan or any cheeky plays with perks or anything. They just knew how to run a Blight really, really well. And it kind of worked out for them. And at the end, you could just see the desperation on Urushi trying to get these desperation hits through. Because, yeah, after such a dominant kill performance in the last round from, such a dominant performance from Sinners on the last round, what are you going to do after that?
Yeah, so again, this was Sinner's pick. So next round, we're going to be going into the Nurse set, which was Night Owl's pick. So I think we might have a different story next round. We'll have to see if Night Owls is able to capitalize on the killer that they picked. But for now, Sinners up 1-0, repping South America once again. Their run through the losers bracket looks like it might continue if they're able to win this next game. So we're going to go to a short break while we set up the Nurse set. Don't go anywhere, guys. This is going to be so exciting. Just see if Night Owls can tie this up 1-1. So we'll be right back.